Welcome back to mozzarella cheese making with Procrastination Pictures. We just tested for a clean break and now we are going to cut the curd. Start with a sharp knife and cut 1/2-inch strips. Rotate the pan 90 degrees or your arm, like I do, and do it again. Then again, and then you'll do it once again. Ultimately, there are 1/2-inch strips cut in 4 directions. When cutting the curd, there was a definitive difference in the feel and resistance of the transglutaminase cheese pot, the red pot. It felt thicker and heavier. You can see when we cut them that the curd doesn't move in the red pot, whereas in the silver pot it does turn a little upon cutting. Next, stir the curd slowly and heat to 108 degrees Fahrenheit. Once you reach 108 degrees Fahrenheit, you want to maintain this temperature for 35 minutes, stirring every few minutes to keep the curd off the bottom of the pot. Utilize the heating element sparingly to keep the temperature above 108 degrees Fahrenheit. You also notice the heaviness of the transglutaminase cheese here as well. During this 35 minutes, sterilize your straining material. Submerge in boiling water for 5 minutes, then hang to dry and cool. I use a dual layer finely woven bar towel. They are about $1 each and they work absolutely great. Next, line your colander with your straining material and slowly pour as much whey out of the pot as you can through the strainer. You will get some curd here, but that is fine. You want it to be able to drain quickly, and the more curd, the slower the draining. You can pour the whey off into a receiving container if you would like to save it to make ricotta cheese the next day. Otherwise, down the drain is fine. Then, pour the rest of the curd into the strainer and allow it to drain for 15 to 20 minutes. Notice here that it appears as if there is a lot more cheese in the strainer containing the transglutaminase cheese. We tasted the curd at this point prior to salting it, after it was done draining. The transglutaminase curd was visually whiter and had a milkier taste to it. The curd seemed larger as well on average, but felt lighter and fluffier in the mouth. Once the curd is drained, pick up the corners of the cloth and remove it to a bowl. You will see the transglutaminase package on the left of the screen. This is to denote that the transglutaminase cheese is on the left and normal American-style mozzarella is on the right. Dump the curd from the cloth into a bowl and scrape off any curd that may be stuck. Break up the curd and salt using 1 teaspoon of salt. Mix well. Visually, it appeared, it was hard to tell though with the different sized bowls, that there is more transglutaminase cheese. Our plan is to make into balls and then weigh the final weight of the balls to determine the % increase in yield from the transglutaminase. For ease of weighing, I'm making smaller balls using a 1/3 cup. Take 1/3 cup and place it in the microwave safe bowl. We are going to heat the transglutaminase mozzarella first, followed by the normal mozzarella second. Into the microwave for 35 seconds we go. Now is our first look at the transglutaminase cheese melted. 35 seconds and wait, what is going on? Why didn't this curd melt? Okay, well, I guess back into the microwave we go. Notice the consistency of the normal mozzarella though. It has mostly melted together. Using the back of a fork, pull the cheese away from the bowl and begin to fold together. Knead it with your hands to evenly distribute the heat throughout the cheese. Place this back in the microwave for 10 more seconds. Now the transglutaminase cheese is ready to come back out of the microwave. This time it was in there for 1.5 minutes. So, this is really weird. This curd still has not melted. We attempted again and again to melt this curd. We even tried some fresh unmicrowaved curd with a touch of milk and then microwaved for 4 minutes, and no such luck. Don't worry though, I will be contacting Ajinomoto soon about the results of this experiment to see if something went awry. They are very helpful in troubleshooting their products. Stay tuned for further details. Ah, normal mozzarella, nice and melted together. Stretch and fold this as much as your hands can handle the heat of the cheese. The more you do it, the more stretch it will have in the end. Then, form it into a ball. Normally, I place the balls straight into a brine here so that it maintains its shape. I'm placing this into a dish though for weighing purposes in the end. When placing into a dish prior to brining, the bottom will flatten out and overall you'll end up with more of a disc-shaped mozzarella. Okay, one more time we're going to make a mozzarella ball. Watch carefully. Pull it away from the bowl and knead first. Then back into the microwave for 10 seconds. Now that it's out of the microwave, make your ball. Be sure to stretch and fold. As you can see, when forming the ball, I personally like the fold over technique from the top. Now, place all your balls in a brine. We expected more cheese in the end, obviously, so we have more brine and bowls ready than we need. But Rob and I will split this cheese up. The 3 that are left in the blue dish are for dinner that night. See the bacon spirals video. Leave it in the brine for 12 to 24 hours. Remove and rinse off. Pat dry and place into an airtight container. This cheese will stay good in the refrigerator for about 7 days. Enjoy!